This is Suzanne Wagner, and I am doing my personal quote and blog for the 22nd of June, 2022. Okay, my quote for today. Magic manifests as a desire for good. Mayhem demands that it gets what it should. Mayhem does not want to work its way through. Mayhem wants to have others drink its toxic brew. Magic works together to bring about wonder and change. Magic does not manipulate or rearrange. Magic knows that the energy in the sky and land can create wonders that inspire and expand. Mayhem wants to take things away. It sees everyone else as something upon which it can prey. Let the magic out and feel into the forces of life. Don't let mayhem control you or manifest strife. Let the magic expand the wonder in the air, and let mayhem get trapped in its own snare. Just think of the wondrous magic mankind could create if we figured out how to keep mayhem behind its locked gate. Okay, my blog for today. Because we are in the magical day of the number 7, I wanted to talk about the supposed 7 curses. I look at these more in the form of what others notice rather than the actual person who is unconsciously manifesting these curses and doing them to others. I also want to state that these are biblical curses and not something that I just made up. Okay? So there are 7 curses. They have these really funky names, but I'm going to break them down into more like what we're dealing with, okay? The first one. The person who is running this curse says, "Trust me, I can fix everything. Just give me all the power, and I promise I can make it better." There is no getting justice when a person prefers his power and position in a society over having a good and moral code that is connected to the divine. And then, when that person uses their power and position intentionally to usurp truth and justice because he can manipulate those also in power to bypass the laws of God, the laws of the land, and the laws of truth, such a person often has no real talent, gifts, or abilities that give value to this world. They've gotten by through having powerful friends in high places that allowed them to operate beyond the laws that the majority of people are demanded to operate from and adhere to. Curse number 2. This is how the curse will show up in the world. "I want to help you become great. You need my help. With me, you will have the success and fame. Without me, you will have nothing." There are those that say that they will help others succeed when in actuality they are undermining the very platform that they are supposedly creating and instead giving the energy and power to building themselves up while tearing down things of great value. They make constant promises, but none are actually kept. They intentionally override others and routinely challenge people by the use of bullying as they consistently try to improve their own situation at the expense of a country, a culture, a religion, and the people that they say they are going to help. Okay, curse number 3. And again, this is how you will hear it in the world. "You don't have the degree. You're not yet ready. You don't have the experience." Those that will never allow another to seem qualified in a work situation and hold others back in favor of them staying in power are absolutely operating with this particular curse. Curse number 4. Again, how you will hear it in the external world. "I would never lie to you. Without me, you will never make it. Only I can make it happen." Those that will use and attract those that exist in the shadows of society in order to operate as a hidden predator. This is a person who smiles with false expectations. They do this in order to make it feel as if others cannot actually leave or are powerless to change the situation. This is a form of entrapment. I've heard a lot of supposed gurus basically say, well, if you leave me, you will never become enlightened. You will never get home. You will never be successful. Your whole world will go to shit, right? Those are the type of gurus that you run from, right? Okay. Curse number 5. This is again how you will hear it in the world. I need more money to make that happen. I need to have what I want to be happy. If I'm not happy, I will make you miserable. This type of curse are those that devour all things they crave, usually money, possessions, and relationships. They have to have everything they want and crave. These are energy vampires. Curse number 6. Again, how it's seen in the world from a normal perspective. I see a way to make a lot of money with this idea. I will use those dying and in desperate need to make my fortune. I will feed off the beliefs of others that others hold so I can manipulate them with their own words. Those that use betrayal and the hungry ghost within them to destroy beautiful and spiritual things, such as spiritual organizations, ideals, products that can help heal the world, etc., such souls embezzle, steal, undermine, hide innovations away from society, and overcharge for life-saving technology. And finally, curse number 7. Again, how you will see it in the real world. I am hurt and angry at the world, so I'm going to take it out on others or on you. Your only value is in what you can give to me. So you can imagine those that constantly override another's boundaries, such as hateful texting in the modern day world, mean-spirited emails, revenge fantasies, and those processes to make others miserable, make them feel as if they have an ability and make others feel as if they have an inability to make it better, or that they lack protective care and parental nurturing. Such people are eating their own soul and the souls of others. They become passive, vacuous, and ineffective in the world, though they will take as many down as they can first. So I'm sure all of you out there have been the victim of these particular curses, right? So, just kind of notice where you've gotten caught by these curses that other people were holding, and how, maybe they made you feel like your only value was in what you could give to them, right? These curses are often passed down through family dysfunction and trauma. They can be unwoven with great personal inner work. First, one has to recognize that the pattern exists. Often such souls do not recognize or realize that they are even doing it. It's not like they are conscious that they're doing it. It's like this curse kind of runs them. These curses have power because they live and thrive in the unconscious. Such souls believe that they are trying to survive and be successful. They do not realize that they are using others in destructive ways, and that such actions continue to feed the power within the curse. Such curses have an everlasting power because it is a complete loop. That process ends up causing the person to continuously keep swallowing their own heart and soul. I wanted to point these out because such things are often hard to explain and even harder to break open into our awareness. My mother's mother carried more than one of these curses. She could never see the actions that she was doing that caused so much harm. My mother was the victim of those projected curses and spent 19 years in Jungian psychiatric therapy with a brilliant psychiatrist who helped her to break the patterns and learn to move from her core essence rather than the victimization that was constantly projected onto her by the damaging ways, verbally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, by her mother and by these curses that my grandmother unconsciously used. Because of watching her journey, I learned at a young age to be more aware of such actions and to never respond to those playing out these curses or give them any of my power. Thanks, everyone.